2022, and today is today is the last class of our Vedic education program. This is a Vedic education program that we are conducted via online program Bimbing and Moral. This is organized by Sugam, Samkhaaraa, in collaboration with Sri Gayathri Peetam, Malaysia Berhad, endorsed and approved by Ministry of Education Malaysia, and this program is actually sponsored by Tiruchi Masala. So as you know, today is the last class of our Vedic education program, and I'm coming back again to teach you. I'm sure most of you knows me, that I came once, earlier for a class, and some of you definitely remember myself. My name is Dr. Murali. I'm actually from here. I'm also part of Sugam, that I'm coming, and I'm also a teacher in a Sugam Vedic school, and also teaching in Vedic education program. So I will teach about the Mahabharata, and today our class is also about Mahabharata. So it is a conclusion, it's a final class, and it's a conclusion for a Vedic education program that we will be learning about Mahabharata today. All right. So are you home, everyone? So students, how are you all today?
Fine, sir.
Fine, sir.
Fine, sir.
Fine, sir.
Fine, sir.
Yeah, ரொம்ப சோகமா சொல்றீங்க. Fine,
Very
sir.
fine, sir. Fine, sir.
Okay. டீ குடிச்சிட்டீங்களா எல்லாரும்?
Fine, thank you, sir.
Yeah. டீ குடிச்சாச்சா எல்லாரும்? Taken, if you had your tea or coffee.
Teacher, I had Milo, teacher.
Milo. Oh, energy drink, right?
Also drink.
Okay. That I'm actually in a drive. Actually, I'm driving, and after work I'm coming back. So that's why I couldn't on the camera. But bear with me that I'll be teaching you. I'll be conducting a class, fully. So don't worry about your teacher பாதிலே போயிடுவாரோ அப்படிலாம் இல்ல. நான் காடி அது பாட்டுக்கு ஓடிக்கிட்டு இருக்கு. காடி நம்ம பாட்டுக்கு நம்ம கிளாஸ் நடத்தலாம். ஓகேவா? Are you okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Let me show my face. Okay, so that at least you know that this is the teacher that I'm going to teach you. So ஞாபகம் இருக்கா என்ன? Remember me? Noah.
No, sir.
Noah.
Yes, sir.
நான் உங்களுக்கு ஒரு கிளாஸ் எடுத்திருக்கேன் ஆரம்பத்துல, right or not? Vedic scriptures. Remember the Hindu scriptures ன்னு சொல்லி நான் எடுத்திருக்கேன் அந்த கிளாஸ். ஷண்மார்க்கம். Yes, the Vedic scripturesல ஷண்மார்க்கத்தலாம் பத்தி சொல்லி கொடுத்திருக்கேன். அப்பா, அதாவது ஞாபகம் வச்சிருக்கீங்களே. Very good. Yes. Okay. So this is me. Okay, இப்போ நம்ம வந்துட்டு நம்மளோட கிளாஸ்க்கு போலாமா? Okay, before that நம்ம எப்போது யூனிவர்சல் prayer செய்வோம்ல. So let's go for universal prayer in English. சரி, இது யாராவது படிக்க முடியுமா? Anyone?
Oh, adorable
Lord.
Sir, can I?
Salutations.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Nalla salutation. Wait. யாரு படிக்க போறது? Who's going to read?
Sir.
What's the name?
Sujendran.
Sujendran. Okay, yes. Sujendran. Read it loudly and read it properly. Okay, come, let's read it.
Okay. Universal prayer. O adorable Lord of mercy and love, solutions and prostrations unto thee. Thou art omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. Thou art Sachit Ananda, existent, knowledge, bliss. Thou art the indweller of all beings. Grant us an understanding heart, equal vision, balanced might, faith, devotion, and wisdom. Grant us inner spiritual strength to resist temptations and to control the mind. Free us from egoism, lust, greed, anger, hatred, and jealousy. Fill our hearts with divine virtues. Let us behold Thee in all these names and forms. Let us serve Thee in all these names and forms. Let us ever remember Thee. Let us ever sing Thy glories. Let Thy name be ever on our lips. Let us abide in Thee forever and ever. Om Tat Sat.
Om Tat Sat. Okay, let's have it in a Tamil. யாராவது படிக்க போறீங்களா தமிழ்ல? யுனிவர்சல் பிளேயர்ஸ். யார் பேரு?
தியானா.
தியானா. ஓகே, வாங்க தியானா படிங்க.
சமரச பிரார்த்தனை. கருணையும் அன்பும் நிறைந்த இறைவா, எல்லா உயிர்களிலும் ஊடுருவி எங்கும் நிறைந்து சர்வ வல்லமையும் பொருந்திய சர்வஜனான சச்சிதானந்த பரம்பொருளாம் உம்மை வணங்கி பணிகின்றோம். மெய்ப்பொருள் காணும் உள்ளம், சமநோக்கு, நிலை பெற்ற மனம், சிரத்தை, பக்தி, ஞானம் இவைகளை எங்களுக்கு அருள்வீராக. ஆணவம், காமம், பேராசை, கோபம், வெறுப்பு இவைகளில் இருந்து எங்களை விடுவித்து எங்கள் உள்ளங்களில் தூய தெய்வீக குணங்களை நிரப்புவீராக. எல்லா உருவங்களிலும் பெயர்களிலும் உண்மையை தரிசித்து சேவை செய்வோமாக. எந்நேரமும் உண்மையை சிந்திப்போமாக. என்றென்றும் உமது புகழை பாடுவோமாக. எப்போதும் எங்களது நாவினில் உமது திருநாமம் விளங்குக. என்றென்றும் உம்முள்ளே நிலை பெற்று விளங்குவோமாக. ஓம் தத் சத்.
Okay, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat. Sorry, thank you for the students who have recited the prayers. Okay, let's enter to lesson 14, that is Mahabharata. Someone have asked next week class irukadane. Definitely there will be class next week. Next week will be the summary of what we have learned in this Vedic education program for the past 14 weeks. Okay, so let's go into the next. Okay, table of contents. Today we will be looking at introduction, then story of Mahabharata, then the values that we can learn from this Mahabharata, the mantra chanting, and Bhagavad Gita. We will learn about Bhagavad Gita. Someone have asked a question: is there a relation between Bhagavad Gita and Mahabharata? Definitely there is a relation, because Bhagavad Gita was given by Lord Krishna during the first day of the Mahabharata war, the first day of Kurukshetra war, when Arjuna feels so insecure, he feels so sad to fight against his own gurus, his own family members, and his own friends. That is where our Lord Krishna says that, don't worry, he have given the lessons, he have given the Gita. We call it Gita Upachara. And the Gita வந்து அவரு அர்ஜுனனுக்கு கொடுத்தது. So this is a relation it's actually Gita and Mahabharata is interrelated. Okay, next slide. Okay, so what are we going to learn? So at the end of the lessons, at the end of the lesson for today, you will learn and you will know the characters and their roles in Mahabharata. Okay, so you will know about it, the characters, the important characters, and what is their roles. Okay, and understand the summary of the Mahabharata. You see, Mahabharata is the longest epic in the world, and we cannot be learning Mahabharata just in 2 hours or 1 hour. In fact, in our Sunday school, Sunday Vedic school, we cannot be learning this Mahabharata in just a few weeks. Until today, I couldn't finish because the program also going to end. But until today, I cannot finish the syllabus. Because why? It is so long. And it has been narrated, it should be narrated into different parts, to make you understand. So in such a thing that today I will summarize, I'll just give you the gist or the summary of the Mahabharata. So it is not about the entire story of Mahabharata. Today you'll be learning about just a summary of what happens and what actually Mahabharata. If you know that, it's good enough. The other, if you want to know deeper, then you join the Sunday school. Sunday school, when you join, we will learn in deeper mode who are the characters, what are the values, how's the story, how's the war, and so on. Okay. The third thing that you will understand or you will learn is learn the values derived from the Mahabharata. Means that when you're talking about Mahabharata, we're talking about there are actually some lessons learned. So some values that you can actually learn from this Mahabharata. So that is the thing that we will be looking at the end of the lesson today. Okay. Okay. Next slide. Okay. So when we're talking about Mahabharata, we should know about certain things about Mahabharata. We need to know the fact of Mahabharata. Without knowing the fact of Mahabharata, definitely we cannot understand or we cannot appreciate Mahabharata. Okay. So before that, what do you know about this Mahabharata? Can anyone tell? One person. Mahabharata na enna? Idha solranga Mahabharata na enna?
Sir,
Sir,
Yeah. Some 1%. Come.
sir,
Pandav.
Yeah, tell me the
Sir,
name.
பாண்டவர்களின் கதை. Sir,
Okay, பாண்டவர்களின் கதை. Okay, right. Where?
sir,
it's a fight, it's a war.
Okay, war, right? Where?
Sir.
Maybe Krishnaவோட past life எப்படி இருந்துச்சு?
Okay, Krishna past life. Okay, Sujitran.
okay, sir, it's a Hidikasa.
So it's a Idigasa. Okay, okay. I will come back to that. Okay, and then Kumara.
Sir, I already told.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, never mind. We'll come back. So what is Mahabharata? Okay. Yeah. I'm still in this slide. Okay. So you see, Mahabharata is one of the two major Sanskrit epics of ancient India. When we're talking about epics, India is famous for all the epics. You know, we have Puranas, we have Idigasas, we have all the stories. Even in the Tamil, we have 5 big epics, right? ஐம்பெரும் காவியங்கள் இருக்கா இல்லையா? சிவக சிந்தாமணி, வேற என்ன இருக்கு? வளையாபதி,
சிலப்பதிகாரம்,
வேற குண்டலகேசி, மணிமேகலை, right? These are the 5 major epics in Tamil. Okay, so when we're talking about ancient India, where it's predominant, the Sanskrit is predominant, and it is about religious activities and so on. So we are talking actually about a major epic, that is Mahabharata and Ramayana. These two was a major epics, and it's called known as Idigasa. Okay, so these are the 2 major epics, Sanskrit epics, because it was written in Sanskrit at first. Okay, of ancient India. The author of this Mahabharata is Veda Vyasa. The author is Veda Vyasa. Okay, but it was written by Lord Vinayaka. Okay, there is an interesting story behind it. Veda Vyasa wants to write this story, but he was thinking that how could I write when I wanted to narrate the story. So he wants somebody that can write the story of Mahabharata fluently, with a good command of language and with good what we call thinking capacity of people, because it will be a very long phrases and all this kind. So you need somebody who can analyze this and can write it in a very, so they want somebody who can quick thinker, who is like can explain the narrative that is been narrated by Veda Vyasa. So the quickly Veda Vyasa thought of Lord Vinayaka. So he asked Lord Vinayaka to come and help him to write this Mahabharata. So Vinayaka came. Lord Vinayaka came. Lord Vinayaka said, "Why you call me?" So Vyasa said, "Sukati saya lah, saya mau panggil you apa kisah." So you see, so Vyasa சொன்னாரு, இஷ்டம்பா நான் கூப்பிடுறேன் நீ வா அப்படின்னு. விநாயகர் கூப்பிட்டாரு, எதுக்கு கூப்பிடுறேன்னா சும்மா அங்க உட்காந்து லட்டும் மோதகமும் சாப்பிட்டுக்கிட்டு இருந்தேன் மேல. எதுக்கு இப்ப கூப்பிட்ட அப்படின்னு. சோ வேதவியாசர் சொன்னாரு நான் ஒரு கதை சொல்ல போறேன் அப்படின்னு. சொல்லிக்கோ அப்படின்னாரு. நான் ஒரு கதை சொல்ல போறேன், நீ தான் எழுதணும் அப்படின்னு. இப்ப விநாயகர் கடுப்பாயிட்டாரு. விநாயகர் சொன்னாரு என்ன நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்க, வேலை இல்லைன்னு நினைச்சேன் எனக்கு, நீ கதை சொல்றதை நான் வந்து எழுதணும் அப்படின்னு கேட்க. இப்ப வேதவியாசர் சொன்னாரு உனக்கு நீ எழுதணும்னா உனக்கு அண்டா ஃபுல்லா மோதகம் தருவேன், லட்டு தருவேன் அப்படின்னாரு. So what happened? Lord Vinayaka says லட்டு கொடுப்பனா நான் எழுதுவேன், மோதகம் கொடுப்பனா நான் எழுதுவேன். Right or not? Am I right? Hello? Are you all there?
Yes, teacher. Yes, teacher.
Yes, sir. Okay. Understand, right? So, okay. So Vyasa said, okay, you write for me. And Vinayaka said, okay, I can write, but with a condition. With a condition that you should narrate the story without stopping anywhere. You should narrate the story without stopping anywhere. The moment you stop, I will stop writing, and after that I won't write. That is what's the condition put forward by Vinayaka. நீ வந்து நிப்பாட்டாம சொல்லணும். சொன்ன நீ நிப்பாட்டாம சொல்லலைன்னா நான் வந்து எழுத மாட்டேன், எழுதுறது நிப்பாட்டிடுவேன், நீ நிப்பாட்டலனா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. So Vyasa said, okay, I accept the challenge. Let's begin. அப்ப இவர் என்ன யோசிச்சிட்டாரு வேதவியாசா? He was thinking that I will definitely when I narrate the story, நான் கதையை சொல்லும் போது நான் வந்து கடினமான சொற்கள், that means I will use hard words, very difficult words, difficult words to be understand. So he says that I will use these kind of words so that Vinayaka will stop writing for a while to think of the words, a good substitute of the words to be written on the book, right? So the moment he took the moment he stopped, Vinayaka stopped to write, that is the moment where Vyasa will be thinking about the story, right? So that is how he confidently says that I will not stop the story, but you also don't stop writing. Okay, Vinayaka said okay. So they started to write. So it was narrated by Vyasa and was written by Vinayaka. Okay, why it is be called as Idigasa? Why it is not called as Puranas? Why other let's say Devi Purana, Narada Purana, Garuda Purana, all these documents, all the scriptures are called Puranas, right? But why Ramayana, Mahabharata is not called as Puranas, but they are known as Idigasa? Anyone?
Because it's in Sanskrit?
No, even all the other major Puranas also written in Sanskrit.
They explain how Lord Vishnu lived in his two incarnations.
No.
Sir, because Mahabharata is historical record of highest order.
What is that again?
Sir, because Mahabharata is historical records of the highest order.
Historical notes of the highest order, yeah, but even the Puranas are the historical order of the highest, historical facts about the highest order one. Okay, never mind. Let me tell you. See the difference between Idigasa and Puranas. Idigasas are written while the story is taking place. It was written while the events of Mahabharata are taking place. So அது நடந்துகிட்டு இருக்கும் போதே எழுதப்பட்டதுதான் இந்த ராமாயணமும் மகாபாரதமும். Now understand, Puranas are the historical notes. That means it's already happened and now somebody is narrating to another person. That is Puranas. But Mahabharata and Ramayana was narrated by Vedavyasa and Sage Valmiki during Mahabharata and Ramayana time. Understand? Because Vyasa was one of the person who involved in this Mahabharata war. So he knows what is actually happening. It is actually a compilation of stories that happened yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So that is how it called as Idigasa. Puridapa?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so the next one is Mahabharata is actually 100,000 verses. It contains 100,000 verses and long prose passages. This is important. So it contains long prose passages. That means it's a long passages. You see, remember just now it says that he will narrate the story and Vinayaka should write without stopping anymore. So he started to write. Somebody, please, can you mute? I think someone is not mute. Who's this? Everyone mute, huh? I can hear some people talking behind, so that's actually distracting me. What's the name of the person? Kavi, okay. I wanted to recall the names and it was already done. Okay, so Mahabharata is actually a record of events that taking place during the narration of the story. அவர் கதை சொல்ல சொல்ல அந்த விஷயம் நடந்துகிட்டே இருந்தது. அவர் நடந்த விஷயங்களை அப்பக்கப்பே எழுதுனதுதான் இந்த மகாபாரதம், ராமாயணம். That's why these two were called as Idigasa, not Puranas. Got it? Clear? Okay. Where is the slide? Oh, okay. Got it. Slide. So it contained 100,000 verses, long prose passages, about 1.8 million words. It contained 1.8 million words. That's why I say Mahabharata is the longest epic in the world. Okay, you cannot compare it with Shakespeare's, poems or anything, because this is beyond that, and this is the longest. And it is about the story of the people. Okay, it's the story of the people of the race descended from the ancient emperor Bharata. So Mahabharata means it is the story of the people of the race descended from the ancient emperor Bharata. So Bharata was the earlier generation. Okay, great grandfather. So actually Mahabharata is a story, is a war between the family. Mahabharata is the war within the family. Okay, you must understand that. So whose family is Bharata's family? Okay, so after Bharatas, they have these sons and so on. So actually, if you look the story, later we go into the story, but it is the family issue. It's actually a family issue. Mahabharata வந்து குடும்ப சண்டை. It's a family issue. அத ஊரெல்லாம் சண்டை போட்டு எல்லாம் பெரிய சண்டையாக்கிட்டாங்க. Okay, and they have, it's actually a war between two families. One is Pandavas, the Pandavas family, that is the sons of King Pandu. Okay, the sons of King Pandu. The other party who fought is Kauravas, sons and daughter of King Dhritarashtra. Pandu and Dhritarashtra are the siblings, are brothers. Okay, Pandu, Dhritarashtra, and there is one more. Who? Later we see. Okay, there are three. No, not Bhishma. Okay, there are three brothers. Okay, so these three brothers actually, the story of these three brothers is the Mahabharata. So Pandava's sons are the sons of King Pandu. King Pandu sons of Pandavas. King Dhritarashtra's sons or daughters are the Kauravas. Okay, so Pandavas, we have 5 people, correct? We have 5 people, and Kauravas, we have 101.
Yes.
100 sons and 1 daughter. Okay, that is Kauravas. Oh, imagine 100 sons and 1 daughter. Okay. Somebody raised hand. Why? Any questions? Who raised hand? Arun. Arun Jayashan. Yes, Arun.
Teacher, can I go toilet?
I'm sorry, not Arun, Arjun.
Teacher, can I go toilet?
Definitely you can go, ma. I cannot be holding you here from here. Correct? Okay, and then Shruti.
Teacher, is Bharata from Ramayana?
Is Bharata from
Ramayana.
Maina?
Ramayana.
Oh, Ramayana. Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on now. Hold on. Hold. Okay, sorry, there's some. Okay, you asked it that. Repeat your question, ma, just now.
Is Bharata from Ramayana?
No, Bharata was not from Ramayana, because Ramayana happens in a different age, different time period. Mahabharata happened in a different time period.
Oh.
Okay, it's different yuga. It happens different yuga. Very yugangal nadandhathu, different yuga. So Ramayana happened during the Rama avatar of Mahavishnu. Mahabharata happened during the Krishna avatar of Mahavishnu. Right? Okay. Now next. Okay. Now let me introduce the characters of the Mahabharata. Okay. So, and I will introduce the characters, and I will also tell you the a little bit story about these characters. Okay, so that you will know what are the characters, and you know, how are they, what are the qualities that they have, you know. But okay, the first one, Pandavas and the Kauravas. Okay, so as we know that the Pandavas and Kauravas, as I know, Pandavas are 5 people. There are 5 people, Pandavas, known as Pandavas. There are 5 brothers. Okay, 5 brothers are known as Pandavas. Who are the 5 brothers? The first one is Yudhishthira, or we call it Dharman. Yudhishthira. The second brother is Bhima. The third brother is Arjuna. 4th is Sahadeva, and 5th is Nagula. Sahadeva, Nagula are the twin brothers. Okay, twin brothers. So 5 of them. Okay, and Pandavas, sorry, Kauravas, the elder one is Duryodhana. Then all the other brothers, Dusashena, Dushala, daughter is Dushala. Okay, so they are Kauravas. They are to protect, you know, supported Kauravas. Okay, okay. Now there is something wrong with the slide, I guess. Peter.
Sir,
Okay,
you
I
are
will-
teaching, sir.
Mr. Murali,
Yeah, hello.
let me make the slide smaller.
Yeah, Ken.
Okay, let's see whether it works.
Because it's not, cannot see properly.
Sir, you're lagging, sir.
Can you hear me now?
No, sir, your voice is going off and coming on.
Okay. Now, is it okay? Clear?
Yes.
Am I
Yes, sir.
clear? Am I clear and loud?
Clear.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah, clear, right? பாட்டே படிக்கலாம் தானே இப்ப?
Yes, sir.
Okay, while we're waiting. Okay. No, because I need to introduce the characters, then you will know. Then only you will know the story or the story about the Mahabharata. Because without knowing the characters, no point we're talking about this Mahabharata. Okay. So while we're waiting for the slides, let me look at it. Okay. Just know what. Wait for the slides. Okay, as I said, okay, let me do this. So Pandavas are these 5 people. Okay. Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, Sakadeva, and Nakula. And we're talking about Kauravas are the Duryodhana, and then Dushashena, Dushala, and then the other 101. Okay. You see, they got 101 brothers and siblings, you know. You sometimes got 2 siblings also, you cannot tolerate each other, correct? Some of you got 2, 3 siblings, you will be beating each other. But they got 101 siblings. Imagine.
Sir, your
Okay.
line is breaking.
இப்ப கேக்குதா?
Line is breaking, sir.
Okay, okay.
Line
Can
is
you hear?
breaking, sir.
Okay, okay. Can you hear me now?
Sometimes you're lagging, sir.
Sometimes internet. Okay. Internet, sometimes internet line.
Sir, now I can hear you.
Yeah. Sometimes yes, sometimes the internet line is it's a little bit, you know, our internet line is not stable. That's why it's lagging and so on. So இங்க பாருங்க, இப்ப வந்துருச்சு பாருங்க. Okay. Let me introduce. Yes, let me introduce the characters. The first one, you just listen.
I can't see the slide.
நானே பார்க்க முடியலப்பா ஸ்லைட். wait. இப்பதான் ஷேர் பண்றாங்க. Okay, the first character is Dronacharya. Dronacharya, actually, he is the royal guru to both the Pandavas and the Kauravas. So he is the guru. Dronacharya is the guru for Pandavas and Kauravas. Okay, he is the one who taught them all the skills, the archery skills, the whatever, you know, the swords, fighting and so on. Everything was taught by this Dronacharya. So he's the guru. Okay, so the guru Dronacharya committed to protecting the realm of Hastinapura and supported the Kauravas. Even though he's the guru for Pandavas and Kauravas, he actually supported the Kauravas instead of Pandavas. Okay, so he was a master of advanced military arts, including the divine weapons of astras. He is well known for all these divine astras and handling of all the divine astras or weapons. Okay. Now the second character is Bhishma. Not Bhima. Bhima is different. This is Bhishma. Bhishma was well known for his promise of celibacy. Okay, what happened was Bhishma is the son of King Santanu. This King Santanu, you know, he married to a queen, and then they got a child, Bhishma. So, and then what happened was King Santanu wants to get married to another lady. So the fisherman Satyavati, you know, he married Satyavati, but before marriage, the Satyavati's father says that your child, the current child, that is Bhishma, cannot be the king. My grandson, that means a child that born for you and my daughter only can be the king. So at first he doesn't agree. The king Shantanu came back, so he was so sad. Bhishma asked him, Dad, why are you so sad? So Bhishma said that, I know I like this girl, I want to get married. I want to, make her my wife. But then there's a condition like this. So King Bhishma says that it's okay, go and marry. The happiness of yours is important. I will promise that I won't, I won't claim the throne, or I will not become the king. So Bhishma went and met this Satyavati's father, a fisherman, and he told, please get your daughter married with my father. So the fisherman said that, what if, let's say, later you come and claim your throne, or you wanted to become a king? So he says, no, I will let go my king position. I will not claim. But then he says that the fisherman said that, how if, let's say, you get married and your wife or your children, start to claim that they should be the king or the prince? That is the promise that he made. The Bhishma says that, okay, if that is something you're worrying, I will promise that I will not get married at all. I will be a bachelor for the rest of my life. I will be sannyasa. Okay, so that's the promise, and that is the celibacy promise. Okay, and he was the 8th son of the Kuru king Shantanu, and a river goddess, okay, Ganga. And he was blessed with a boon to decide the moment of his death. So this Bhishma is blessed with a boon that he can choose the time and the moment of death. அப்படி அவருக்கு வந்து ஒரு வரம். அவரே சூஸ் பண்ணலாம், நான் எப்போ சாக போறேன் அப்படின்றத அவர் சொன்னாதான் அவர் சாக முடியும். அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு வரம் அவருக்கு. ஓகே, so Bhishma is also Pitama. ஓகே, பீஷ்ம பிதாமகன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. பீஷ்ம பிதாமகன் வந்துட்டு பாண்டவாஸ் அண்ட் கௌரவாஸோடைய தாத்தா. ஆக்சுவலி அவர் வந்து தாத்தா. சோ ஓகேயா, சோ அவர் தான் வந்து தாத்தா. பாண்டவாஸ்க்கும் கௌரவாஸ்க்கும் தாத்தா. ஓகே, சோ and he was also the supreme commander of the Kurukshetra war. He was the first commander in the Kurukshetra war. That is Bhishma. Okay, now we looked at Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is the father of Kauravas, and he is a blind king. He's a blind king of Hastinapura. Okay, and he's the brother of King Pandu. Okay, King Pandu, he's a brother of King Pandu. And Dhritarashtra had a very low self-esteem. So he got a very low self-esteem and believed that his blindness was a curse. அவர் எப்படின்னா வந்து அவருக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப தாழ்வு மனப்பான்மை இருக்கும். தெரியுமா தாழ்வு மனப்பான்மைனா? தாழ்வு மனப்பான்மை. ரெண்டாவது அவர் என்ன நினைச்சுக்குவாருன்னா, நான் குருடா இருக்கிறது வந்து, கண்ணு தெரியாம இருக்கிறது வந்து எனக்கு வந்து சாபம் அப்படின்னு நினைச்சுக்குவாரு. Okay, so Dhritarashtra arrived his brother Pandu, okay, and with his brother Pandu and his perfect advice for the betterment of the Kuru dynasty. King Pandu was actually a perfect man.
Yeah.
He's a perfect man. But unfortunately, there's some incident happens that he stayed in the forest. He didn't come back to the state. So since he stayed back in forest and he renounced his kingship, he renounced that he don't want to become a king anymore. So they have no choice but to make Dhritarashtra as a king. Okay, so that is Dhritarashtra, the father of Kauravas. Actually, father of Kauravas, and he was the Periyappa for the Pandavas. He is the Periyappa for Pandavas, father of Kauravas.
Wonderful.
Okay, next. Somebody, please mute your mic. Everyone, mute your mic. Everyone, mute your mic, please. Yes, much better. Okay, there's somebody still mute your mic. Okay. Okay, next one is Gandhari. Okay, next is Gandhari. Gandhari, she was a princess of Gandharvargal. Gandharvargal are the musicians, divine musicians. Okay, Gandhavarga. So she is actually a princess of Gandhar and married Dhritarashtra. So she married Dhritarashtra, with whom she became the mother of Kauravas. Okay, so she married Dhritarashtra and became the mother of Kauravas. Okay, and she decided to blindfold herself in order to be like her husband, because her husband is like blind. She, being a devoted wife, she wanted to follow the husband, so she blindfolded her eyes. She just became like blind. That is the devotion, she has with her husband. So she blindfolded herself throughout her life. Okay, after married the Dhritarashtra. Okay, now the next one is Shakuni. One of the important character in Mahabharata, Shakuni. Saguni is actually a prince of the Gandhar, is the prince of the Gandhar, and actually brother of Gandhari. Shakuni is actually brother of Gandhari, and became king after his father's death in Gandhar. And he is one of the main villains in Mahabharata. He is one of the main villains. Okay, Shakuni. And a brother of Gandhari, the one to poison the mind of his nephew. He is the main villain who poisoned the mind of Kauravas. அவன் தான் பெரிய பிரச்சனையே. அவர்தான் வந்துட்டு சொல்லி கொடுத்து கௌரவரை கெடுத்துட்டாரு. பாய்சன் பண்ணி, மைனை வந்து பாய்சன் பண்ணி மாத்தி. Okay, so Duryodhana and also fueled up the destructive war of Mahabharata. Okay, he also fueled up the destructive war of Mahabharata. அவர்தான் வந்து இந்த மகாபாரத வாரையே கொண்டு போனாரு. எல்லாரும் நடக்க வேணாம்னு நினைச்சப்போ சகுனி தான் வந்து இல்ல நடக்கணும். He is the one who wanted the war to happen. Okay, the next interesting character is Karna. Karna or Karnan, தெரியுமா? கர்ணன் யாருன்னு தெரியுமா?
சரியா?
அவருக்கு ஒரு ஃபேமஸான ஒரு பாட்டு இருக்கு. என்ன பாட்டு? கர்ணன் படம் பாத்தீங்களா? You all watch Karnan movie?
Yes, sir.
Not the Dhanush movie, Karnan. This Karnan is Shivaji movie.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
You should watch. Go and watch. After this, ask your parents to put for you the Karnan movie, the real Karnan movie, the Shivaji movie.
Sir, I've seen.
You should watch. Okay. Kodai Vallal. He is a Kodai Vallal. Okay, fine. Okay, Karna is the son of Surya and Kunti. Son of Surya and Kunti, who was abandoned by an unmarried Kunti. Kunti is the mother of Pandavas. Kunti is the mother of Pandavas. But before she got married, she got a boon. அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு வரம் இருக்குது. என்னன்னா, she can பாபா படம் பாத்தீங்களா? ரஜினியோட பாபா படம், அந்த மாதிரிதான். She have a special ability to chant a mantra. Okay, to pray to a Lord, pray to a deva and chant a mantra, and that deva will give a child for Kunti. So that is how Karna was born to Kunti. Without getting pregnant, she chanted the mantra, praying to the Lord Surya, and Lord Surya given a son. But she was not married. She just wanted to test the mantra. So she was so panicked. So what happened? She put Karna in a basket in the river and sent it to the river. Okay, and she gave away lah. She put it on the basket and put it on the river, and she gave it away. So Karna was later found by a charioteer. And he and the wife raised him. Okay, that is the story of Karna. So he was an unsung hero of the Mahabharata, an invisible warrior, despite being an ill-fated prince ever since his birth. Yes, he's an ill-fated prince because he was a prince born to Kunti, but he didn't know that. He didn't enjoy the royalty, and he was also regarded as Arjuna's equal by Duryodhana. He was actually Arjuna's equal. Arjuna is the well-known archer. Arjuna வந்து வில்லம்புல சிறந்தவர். So he is equally known to be equally known the capacity with Arjuna, and was made the king of Anga. He was made of the Anga தேசத்துடைய தலைவனாக்கினாரு. யாரு? Duryodhana nominated him. Duryodhana made him as a king of Anga, where after that he pledged his alliance to Duryodhana. He says that since you, my friend Duryodhana, you made me a king for Anga, I will pledge my alliance. I will always support you. So he was actually a brother of Pandavas, correct? He is the eldest brother of Pandavas because he is the son of Kunti. But to a certain reason, he was given away in a basket. Okay, next. Okay. The next character is Duryodhana. So Duryodhana was the eldest. No, not yet. Not yet. Yeah, right. So Duryodhana was the eldest Gaurava brother, and he was the crown prince of the Kuru kingdom, along with his cousin Yudhishthira. Okay, actually Yudhishthira and the Pandavas are supposed to be the king and the prince, because why? The King Pandu was the king at the time, but since King Pandu did, he let go his kingship, let go of being a king. That's why the Yudhishthira cannot become the king after that. So Duryodhana was the king. He was the prince, crown prince of the Kuru. He's supposed to be the next king of Hastinapura. Okay, and he, along with his brothers, was never seen equal to the Pandavas. They are not equal to Pandavas. Okay, so Duryodhana was mentored by Shakuni. Mama. Shakuni is the mama, right? The brother of his mother. So Mama Karditaru, who masterminded all the plots in Duryodhana's mind to humiliate and kill the Pandavas. He is the one who actually instigate, or he is the one who poisoned Duryodhana's mind. Shakuni is the one who poisoned the Duryodhana's mind to humiliate and kill Pandavas. Okay, now next one is Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira was the son of King Pandu and Queen Kunti. Pandu and Kunti. He was the king of Indraprastha. Hastinapura is the Gaurava's palace. Indraprastha is the Pandava's palace, and was the leader of the Pandava side in the Kurukshetra war. He is the leader. He is the elder brother of Pandavas and is the leader. He was known as Dharmaraj Yudhishthira, Dharmaraja, because he is the righteous man. He is very righteous. Dharma matna, righteous. And then next is Bhima, the second brother of Pandavas. Bhima was the second born of Pandu and was considered to have this physical strength of 10,000 elephants. You see, Bhima is very mighty. He was strongest among all the 5 Pandavas because he got the strength of 10,000 elephants. He was also responsible for slaying all the 100 Gaurava brothers in the Kurukshetra war. He is the one who actually killed all the brothers of Kauravas. And Bhima was trained by Kripacharya and Dronacharya. Kripacharya also said another guru. Kripacharya and Dronacharya trained Bhima in terms of religion, administration, science, and martial arts. That is Bhima. Remember, I said that Kunti got a special ability to pray to a god, and then she will get a child after chanting a mantra. So that is how the first one she used for Karna. She prayed to Lord Surya, and boom, she got a Karna, but she couldn't raise the Karna because she was unmarried. After that, she is married, and she prayed to Dharmaraja. She failed to Yaman and Dharmaraja, and then she got Yudhishthira. The second one, she prayed and chanted mantra against Lord Vayu, the wind lord. Lord Vayu, that is where Bhima was born. The third one, Arjuna, she prayed to and chanted a mantra against, and she was thinking about Indra, Lord Indra, and she got a Arjuna.
Sir,
Hmm.
it's written that Bhima killed all the Gaurav brothers, so he's the one who survived only. Yeah.
No. Everyone survived, but he is the one who killed. During the war, he is the one who killed everyone. That means that final killing was done by Bhima.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay. The next one, okay, so Bhima, so was trained with Kripacharya and Nachacharya. So, next. Okay. Next one is Nakula and Sahadeva. So, Nakul was the fourth Pandava brother, and he was the Sahadeva's twin. So, they are twin brothers, Sahadeva and Nakula. Okay. So, they born to Madri, not Kunti. You see, King Pandu got two wives. One is Kunti, and another one is Madri. Okay. So, for Kunti, she got 3 kids. So, during the mantra chanting process, Mandri go and ask Kunti, allow me to use the mantra so that I also will carry a child. I also want to become a mother like you. So, what happened was, she was taught about the mantra, and then she used a mantra. She can use only once. So, she thought of Ashwini brothers. She prayed to Ashwini brothers. That is why she got twins, Sahadeva and Nakula. Okay, so they were both called as Ashvinaya together as a warrior. Nakula was the leader of one of the 7 Akshanis. Akshani are the special military unit in Mahabharata. So she was the chief commander of that. So after the war, Nakula was appointed as the king of Northern Madra Kingdom. He was the king of the Northern Madra Kingdom. Then the next one is Sahadeva. Sahadeva was the youngest of all the 5 Pandava brothers. Nakul and Sahadeva were twins, with whose parents Pandu and Madri invoked the Ashwini Kumaras to beget children, and Sahadeva was also took an oath to slay Shakuni. After the war, Sahadeva was appointed as the king of Southern Madraki, Mashid Kingdom. Any questions so far?
No, teacher.
Okay, next.
I can't see the slides, teacher.
Can you see now?
No, it says it's loading.
Yes, sir. I can see already.
Yes, sir. I also can see.
Yes, teacher. Yes, I can
Yeah,
see.
maybe your internet
Yes,
lag.
sir. I also can see.
Okay. Next one was Ashwatthama.
Yes, sir.
Ashwatthama was Guru Dronacharya's son. Dronacharya, remember? So Ashwatthama is Guru Dronacharya's son. He was one of the few people to survive the Kurukshetra war and was appointed as the final commander in the chief of the Kauravas army. During the Kurukshetra war, they appointed a chief commander. So final one was the what we call Ashwatthama. Okay. Then Krishna. Krishna is the most important character. So Krishna was the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, and was also known as Vasudeva Krishna.
I will on the mic and chat.
Or Vasudeva. Okay.
I want the mic and chat. No,
Oh, what
pa.
happened? Why? Okay. So Vasudeva. So Krishna is the 8th avatar of Lord Krishna. Lord Narayana. Okay. He's a late avatar, 8th avatar. And in his avatar as Krishna, he killed his cruel uncle, his mother's brother, Mama, who had kept Devaki and her husband captive as prisoners. So Krishna played an important and a prominent role in the Mahabharata. He was the very important character. You see, whenever Dharma is in a danger, definitely we call it Dharma Shastra, or we call it the Mahavishnu will definitely take avatar to rectify the issues. Okay, so when Dharma is in danger, he will come. Okay, so he came because Dharma is danger. That's why he came as a Krishna. Okay. Now the next interesting character is Draupadi. Draupadi is the most important female character in Mahabharata. So Draupadi was the daughter of King Drupada. Drupada oடைய மகள். Okay, and she was the wife of Pandavas. She was the wife of Pandavas. All 5 married to one girl. He's actually not married to one girl. It's actually Arjuna who married her. But this story, they wanted to tell the mother. So they went and told the mother. Kunti, so Arjuna said, Arjuna said, I want to tell you an important story, an important thing. The mother was like unchained, she was like cooking, and she said, what is that? She was busy doing some housework. So Krishna shouted, I got this girl, before they say, I brought a present for you. I brought a gift for you. So without looking at the gift that Arjuna is talking about, Kunti says that whatever gift that you brought, please share with all your brothers. That is where Draupadi become the wife of 5 Pandavas. Okay. There's a story behind Draupadi, but it's okay. Okay. And then, so she had the sons, one each from Pandava. Okay. She got sons from each of the Pandavas. So Krishna treated her as his sister. Krishna treated her as his sister and protected her when Kauravas tried to pull off her clothes. Kauravas wants to humiliate her. They pulled the sari, but Krishna came to rescue her because for him, she is the sister. And she was one of the major factors of the battle between the Kauravas and Pandavas. She was the major contributors. Do you understand all the characters? At least you know the characters, right?
Yes, teacher. Yes, sir. Teacher. Sir, we are the correct.
Okay.
We know all the.
Okay.
Yes.
Next slide.
Okay.
Okay. So this is actually the family tree, if you look at it.
Teacher?
Please off the mic. Please off the mic. So this is the.
Teacher?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Sir, we can hear you, sir.
Very clear.
Sir, we can hear you very much, sir. Lagging, sir.
எனக்கு நல்லா கேக்குது. Mr. Murali, you are lagging, Mr. Murali.
Yes, teacher. Also, my lagging. கேக்குது, sir.
Can you hear me? Hello.
கேக்குதா?
Okay.
கேக்குது. நல்லா விளங்குது.
சரி நல்லா விளங்குதுல. ஓகே So the previous slide, Miss Vicky, previous slide.
Sir. Will be repeated in Tamil.
Miss Vicky, okay, right. Okay, so you see, this is the family tree where we're talking about the King Shantanu married to Ganga, and they got Bhishma and 7 others. Okay, and then also Shantanu married with Satyavati and got 3 children: Vichitravirya, Chitraganta, okay, and two children, Vichitravirya and Chitraganta. And that is where all the tree, until to the down, the family tree. Okay, you can see in the book. Definitely there's in the book. Okay. Okay, next slide. Okay. Why is it so slow? Okay, right. Okay. Okay. You see, if you read the book, there you will understand. Okay. So what happened? I'll give you a gist of the summary of the Mahabharata. What's the Mahabharata issue all about? You see, as I said, I'll start with the King Pandu, and then what we call this Dhritarashtra. Okay. So King Pandu is a king, but he renounced his kingdom. Okay. He says that he don't want to become a king. He wants to stay in the forest with wives Mantri and Kunti. Okay, with the children. So at the time, they don't know who to become a king, so they have no choice to put it Dhritarashtra as the king, blind king. Okay, but at the same time, what happened was King Pandu died. King Pandu and Madri died in the forest. Now left with 5 brothers and the mother. Okay, so they have no choice. The mother says that let's go back. Let's go back to Hastinapura. Stayed together in Hastinapura. Dhritarashtra was so happy to receive them and then stay in the Hastinapura. So when they stayed in the Hastinapura, they learn all the kids. They learn these all skills and archeries and everything from the Dronacharya. Okay, now when they are growing, when they're growing, they were tested. Who is the mightiest? All this kind of tested have taken. That in order for them to determine who are the king, the next king, after Dhritarashtra. So now, Pandavas didn't come and take anything. They didn't ask for anything. What they ask is that, please give us the share that belongs to us. Share means the share of land, the share of the kingdom with us, so that we can live happily in one place. That is the only thing that they asked. Pandavas asked. Is there anything wrong with this? Is there anything wrong with this?
No, teacher.
Right. No, right. Pandavas என்ன கேட்டாங்கன்னா, எங்களுக்கு கிடைக்க வேண்டிய பாதி சொத்தை மட்டும் கொடுங்க, நாங்க வீடு கட்டி படைச்சுக்கிறோம், நாங்க இருந்துக்கிறோம். But what happened was the what we call Duryodhana doesn't agree. Even the king also doesn't agree. The king says that no, we cannot give you. That is the root problem of this Mahabharata. Because Dhritarashtra refused to give the share that belongs to Pandavas, the whole thing started. Understand? Yes. Okay. So the problem starts when the share belongs to Pandavas was refused and was not given by the what we call Kauravas. Okay, that is the root cause of the issue. And then followed by this, there was so much of humiliation. The Pandavas were humiliated by Kauravas and so on. That is where the Pandavas feels that we need to take revenge. Okay. Understand?
Understood, sir.
Yes. Okay. Now, so what happened was when they are now, King Dhritarashtra said that I cannot give you a full share in the kingdom, but what I can give you is a land, piece of land. You can build whatever that you want. So this Pandavas was not so happy. They say that how can we, build a house or just in a small piece of land? No, cannot. Then what they want? They say that we want the share, we want the kingdom, not a piece of land. Okay, but Dhritarashtra was so adamant that he wanted to give only a piece of land. Upon advising by Duryodhana, Duryodhana say that don't give. So what happened was when they don't give, they gave only a small piece of land. So they took it and they went to Krishna. Krishna said that let me change the whole what we call land into a beautiful paradise kind of thing. So he built a new town for Pandavas. That is what we call Indraprastha. Understand? Understand or not? Somebody who's talking.
Understood, sir.
Who's talking?
Understand, sir.
Who's not? Who?
Understand, sir.
Please mute. Please mute. Please mute.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you see, Krishna built a beautiful kingdom for Pandavas and named it as Indraprastha. And then Pandavas lost their wealth, armed siblings and wife and Draupadi. Where? During the game of dice. Now they have built Indraprastha. They called everyone, all the kings and everyone to come for a housewarming la, prayers la. Kan? So this Duryodhana also went with Shakuni. So where with Shakuni all. So they went for the prayers. So what happened was after the prayer, everybody went back. But Duryodhana says that I want to stay here for 2-3 days. I want to see the area. So beautiful. So they all say that okay, Anna, because Duryodhana is like eldest one. So they say that okay, you can stay here. They're so happy. But what happened was actually while he was walking in the palace, he fell down because of there's water and he's slippery and he fell down. So he was laughed by Draupadi. Draupadi laughed at him. That humiliation cannot be taken lightly by Duryodhana. He feels that, Alama, how can a woman lie to me? Laugh at me. So he wanted to take revenge on the woman and the brothers. So he quickly went back home. And he says that, please get ready with our what he wants to do, a plan. He says that, please get ready with a plan. So Shakuni says that, let's call them for a game of dice. Let them play a game of dice and let them lose because Shakuni is the best player. Okay. So they said, okay, let's prepare for that. So they sent a letter to who? Sorry. Letter. And they called Pandavas to come over to the palace Hastinapura and play the game. Yudhishthira was no choice. Yudhishthira wanted to go because he loves to play games, especially this game of dice. But the other 4 brothers was not keen. They say that don't. It's like a kind of like a trap. They didn't listen. So Yudhishthira said that no, we'll go. This is an order. So he brought all the family there. So the rest were taking rest and so on. They were started to play the game. But before entered, they know that Shakuni is going to play. So they put a protest. They protest. They say that no, this is not fair. You called us because you said that the game will be played by myself and Duryodhana. Now why are you coming here? They called Shakuni. Shakuni said that no, I will play. So that is where the problem starts. First they play, he lost.
That you asked? Huh?
Pandavas lost.
Like that. Which
Ah,
one?
What's that?
Raj.
Please mute. Please mute. Okay. So Pandavas lost. So they lost all their army, everything, their wealth and everything. Then they started to say that never mind, you can play another game. So they started to play another game. This time also Pandavas gone, defeated. Okay, when defeated, they lost everything. Then again the game of dice. So he says that I have nothing. Then Shakuni says that you have your brothers. Pawn your brothers. Put your brothers as a stake for the game. So he put it as a pawn for the game, and then he lost again. So he lost a brother. Finally, he lost his wife also. He put it a wife also. Game he lost. So he lost everything. They say that okay, you have to go. You have to go for a 14 years. Sorry, 13 years actually. He said that you go for a 13 years. That you have to go into forest 13 years. 12 plus 1, yeah, 13 years. 12 years you'll be in the forest, and the final year you have to leave without letting people know who they are. Them as living in disguise like and மறைஞ்சிருந்து யாருக்கும் சொல்லாம வாழணும். So that is what is that. So what happened? They lost all of them, the whole family. They went to where? They went to into the forest. Okay. Okay. Next slide. Okay. Then after that, the Pandavas and Draupadi condemned to spend 12 years, in exile in the forest, and a 13th year in an unknown place, disguised so that no one may recognize them. And then after that, Arjuna leaves to look for the celestial weapon. Arjuna went to look for the celestial weapons, and Arjuna spent 5 years with his father. Okay, Lord Indra, divine weapons, fighting demons. And then Duryodhana launched an attack on Virata's kingdom. There's a kingdom where they were living, and Arjuna cannot refuse to fight and decisively victorious. He fight against them. And then after that, the war was to carry on, and then they started. Actually, this one you can learn in the book, you can read, but what I want to do summary because of the time constraint. Finally, what happened was the peace talk taken place. The peace talk taken place. The peace talk taken place, and Krishna and everyone go and talk to the Kauravas. They say that please stop this thing, this madness. Don't go into the war, but they didn't listen. They didn't listen, and that is where the problem started. The war began. The war began with both sides began. So the first day of the war, as I said, Arjuna was reluctant to fight. He was looking at all the familiar faces, everybody. So he was so devastated. He said that why should I fight with these people? That is where the Gita, Bhagavad Gita was given to Arjuna. Krishna says that it is your duty. It is for you to fight them. So that is where the Bhagavad Gita comes, and then he fights, and then finally Pandavas won the Kurukshetra war, and then they killed all Kauravas and everyone. Okay, next slide. What are the values that you can learn from this Mahabharata? First thing is a revengeful instinct will destroy you. You see the Kauravas, they want to take revenge, correct? So a revengeful instinct will destroy you. So don't ever look for revenge. That is very bad. And then the second thing is uphold dharma in all situation. You have to fight for dharma. And then the third thing is do not give up. Like Pandavas, they didn't give up. They were fighting for their rights. What is dharma? Dharma is they should be getting a portion. So they were fighting for it. And then don't be greedy. Accept what you have. Like Gauravas, you know, they should be given they should give a portion of their kingdom to Pandavas, but they didn't give. So don't be greedy. The third thing is the last one is half knowing is dangerous. You see, the son of Arjuna, actually, he knows, he knows Chakravyuga, about one of the strategy they use in the Mahabharata war. He knows how to go into the Chakravyuha, break the Chakravyuha, and go into the middle of the Chakravyuha and kill everyone. But what he didn't know is that how to come out from the Chakravyuha. Because the moment you stand in the middle of the Chakravyuha, definitely you'll be killed. So he's supposed to go in, break the Chakravyuha and come out. But because he didn't know this strategy, he only know that how to go in and he didn't know how to come out, he was killed. So half knowing is dangerous. Okay, next. Okay. Show your loyalty. You should be loyal to something. Loyalty is very, very important. Loyalty can be with your parents, loyalty towards your friends. You should be loyal. Don't betray anyone. That is very, very, very important value. Okay. And stand for your rights. If you think that you are right, if you think that you are actually upholding the dharma, please stand for the rights. நீங்க நியாயமா இருந்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னா அதுக்காக போராடுங்க. ஓகேவா? The third thing is acceptance is the key to success. Accept. Then respect the elders. What happened was the Kauravas didn't respect the elders. When Dhritarashtra, when all the elders were saying don't go for war, they didn't listen. So actually respect the elders and be humble, fair and honest. Okay, next. Thank you. Actually, that's all. Right? I thought somebody wants to ask question. Somebody raise your hands, please. Any questions? Who raised your hands? Anyone? Any questions you all want to ask? Any questions you want to ask?
No, sir.
No. Everyone understand about Mahabharata?
Yes, sir. Yes,
At least you know the little bit story.
Yes,
Why the Mahabharata happened? Why the war, Mahabharata war happens, and who are the characters involved, and what are the values that you should learn? Correct? At least you know a little bit. Because as I say, Mahabharata is longer, so I cannot be giving you everything just within 1.5 hours. You should be reading by yourself, look at the book, and I've given all the slides are in the book, so you can learn about it. Read and apply it in your life. Okay? Okay? Okay, Miss Vicky?
just 1 minute. I'm just taking a shot of everyone. Just 1 minute.
Yeah. Okay, so children, please learn, read, the notes and understand the notes and get, please look into it. Apply the values that you learn. That is very, very important. Okay, நம்ம படிக்கிறது மட்டும் கிடையாது, நீங்க படிச்சு இத தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு நீங்க அதை apply பண்ணணும். Respect the elders, don't be revengeful, be loyal. இந்த மாதிரிலாம் you should be doing it. You should be applying it in your life. Understand?
Okay.
So did you all enjoy the class?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Very much. We enjoyed the class very much.
Yes, sir.
We enjoyed the class.
So you enjoyed the class very much, right?
We enjoyed the class very much.
Yes, very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Okay, Miss Vicky.
Yeah, we are done. Thank you.
Okay, you have taken a picture?
Yes, all done. Thank you.
Thank you,
Oh,
sir.
all done. Okay. So thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
See you all next week. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye,
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
teacher.
sir.
Bye.
Bye, Hariom, teacher. Bye, teacher.
Bye, 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 bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, bye, bye.